This is the Idea Time Show with Dr. Joe North, helping facilitators expand their creativity, confidence and impact through the power of innovation in action. Gain confidence as a facilitator, confidence with the technology, and confidence with your content and event design. Tune in every week for practical tips, strategies and interviews that will accelerate your personal and business success. And now, here's your host, Dr. Joe North.
Hello there, how are you? I hope you're doing okay. If we've not met before, I'm Dr. Joe North and I love everything to do with facilitation, and it's fantastic to be here with you. We're going to be talking about productivity hacks for virtual facilitators. So I've got a few tips to share with you, and I hope you've been having a good week. So you might be watching live, you might be watching on replay. I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear how you're getting on, and I'll answer all the comments, whether they're live or when you're watching it back on replay as well. So it'd be really good to hear from you. I hope you've had a good week. I've had a really interesting week. So some of the things I've been doing are working with some of the team at Northumbrian Water and at the Kielder Trust for the Innovation Festival that's happening in September. So I'll be facilitating a really diverse group of fantastic people to look at climate change and also the value of water, so two different events. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've been planning some more of my maritime innovation events as well for the autumn. And what's really exciting is that I'm also getting together a really fantastic Supercharge Your Virtual Facilitation 5-day challenge for you. It's all about engagement online, especially using Zoom. So look out for that. It starts on the 7th of September. It's completely free, and I'll be opening that up for you to join the waiting list and get some early material on that next week. So all very exciting and lots to talk about and lots to look forward to. And in fact, I've started to notice a shift. I don't know if you've seen this as well. There's still lots of online facilitation events and meetings and workshops and so on happening. I think it's predominantly online. But what I have started to see as well, and I had a coaching session this morning actually, a breakfast coaching with a client who is starting to get people back in the room and wanted to do a low touch, socially distanced facilitation plan. So we worked through everything from start to finish and thought about how we could achieve a really fantastic experience, but make sure that everybody stayed safe as well. So if that's something you're interested in and you'd like me to do anything on, then do let me know. And as always, I'm really happy to do anything that you find helpful. Now, I promised you some productivity hacks, so let's get stuck in. I did actually do a podcast and a video on productivity hacks generally for facilitators. So I'll link to that in the show notes that'll be underneath here. Also, these productivity hacks are different, so they're complementary. They're predominantly for virtual facilitation, but you can apply them elsewhere as well. So I really hope you enjoy the show, and I really hope that you find it useful as well. And do let me know if you've got any comments or questions as we go through, because I want this to be as useful for you as possible, and I really appreciate you listening in. So the first thing about productivity, the first hack, really comes down to planning. And if you can get your session planning down really, really efficiently, but still creatively, then I think that's a fantastic thing. I don't know about you, but I often spend longer sometimes designing a really bespoke, specific event than I do delivering it. And that's important. It's so important we put the prep in. But there are some ways of actually saving some time and also just, getting really streamlined with it, and also saving your work as you go along. So one of my favourite tools is this, and it'll be quite small if you're looking at it on screen. But this is a tool called SessionLab, and you can see there I've put the web address on there for you. So, and by the way, I have no affiliation, no commercial links with any of these recommendations. They are all just things that I love using and find save me oodles and oodles of time. So with SessionLab, you can plan your sessions and you can move them around in blocks. It calculates the time for you. I don't know if you can see it in that top left-hand corner, there's an example here of a 1 hour brain sprint, and the duration of this particular session is 1 hour 15, and you can see how it's broken down, but you can colour code things. So actually when you're delivering your session, it's really easy to navigate around as well. And what I love are the drag and drop boxes. So this is all online, it's all in the cloud, so you can access it wherever you are, but you can click on each section, move it around, put notes in, you can attach documents, you can attach links, and you can co-create, you can collaborate, you can invite people to come and work on this session plan with you as well. And what I also love about SessionLab is that there are loads and loads of ideas and templates, and people upload their plans and share as well. So there's a really nice community of people in there. So let me know if you use SessionLab, if you've tried it. I wanted to let you know about the prices of these things as well. So SessionLab actually have a forever free option. You can use it, you can get a brilliant functionality from it, and you don't actually have to pay a penny. If you want to upgrade and get some extra features, which I do, I prefer, because I use it so much, it means I can brand stuff, I have access to some additional functionality and so on. And the price for that is $13 per person per month, which I think is really good value because I'm using it all the time and I use it to do all sorts of things. I mean, even if I'm doing a training video, I'll use it to plan that. I use it to plan my lives and so on. So really, really cool tool. The other thing that I want to share with you is I've touched on a bit before in previous shows, is actually preparing a low-tech, really accessible activity pack for delegates in PowerPoint, so editable PowerPoint slides that they can use to screen share, they can type in, they can take them away and use them as workbooks. They work really, really well. So if you're doing breakout groups in Teams, Microsoft Teams that is, or in Zoom, something like that, and you find that you're only getting people together for a short time, they might not be familiar with lots of other technology, then it's a really accessible way of getting people engaged, collaborating, and actually capturing the outputs as they go, because you can ask them to whiz them over to you when they're all complete and put them together. So I see these editable PowerPoints as almost like a virtual flip chart. And if somebody in the breakout can offer to scribe for the group on screen share, it works really, really well. Now, one of the fantastic time savers that I've been using a lot since I've started virtually facilitating so much. I mean, I've been doing it for years, but particularly since the outbreak of the COVID and lockdown. And I've actually facilitated around 1,600 people, more than 1,600 people since lockdown began. It's actually using a tool called Slide Model. And here's something I created for the Business Growth Club that I run with Mahmoud Reza, the numbers rock star, and we collaborate on a Business Growth Club, and this is one of the things that we do. We do lives every week with our members, and we get them to do all sorts of activities and things together. And I think personally it's a great looking slide. How it works is they start at number 1 and they work round it like a clock face. Delegates work round it, they populate it as they go. Now, Slide Model has 20,000 templates that you can access, and they all look really, really smart. They're really, really sharp. You can edit them, so you can change them to match your branding or your client's branding. They have templates for strategy, for all sorts of leadership models, for HR models, for lean thinking, if you're a lean thinking efficiency expert, for innovation, all sorts of fantastic stuff. And it makes it really easy for you to change those and use them up in the way that you want them. So I've got slidemodel.com there. You can see the link, and I'll put the link down below as well. There's no free access to this, and again, I don't get any sort of commercial benefit from recommending this to you. It's $100 per annum for the basic, and you can have unlimited access for just under $200 for the year. So $100 for the year basic, $200 for the year if you want unlimited access to all their templates. and there are visuals and all sorts of stuff for infographics as well. So I really, really do like Slide Model. There are similar things as well, so it's not just about using Slide Model, that there are other ones you might want to Google and have a look around and see which ones you think work for you. So what I normally do is email delegates an activity pack of editable PowerPoint slides. They can use them for themselves and they can use them in group activities, and they look super smart and they work really, really well. Now, you might have used this one, the next one. Let me know if you use this. It's Canva. So Canva is a fantastic, quick and easy graphic design tool. So I use Canva, which is www.canva.com. I use that for all my social media graphics. I use it to design great looking presentations. So I'll often use a bit of Canva and a bit of Slide Model together and mix it up and get the best from each. You can do great infographics. You can do fantastic workbooks. It has a library of stock photos as well that you can use, icons, backgrounds, all sorts of stuff, and you can upload your images too. And it's so easy to use. You know, if you can use something like PowerPoint, Canva's a doddle. It's really, really easy. Now, here's one I made earlier in Canva. This is just a slide I did. It's a thumbnail for the YouTube video, How to Pivot Your Business. I also did all the graphics for that in Canva. So you can see I chose this one because you can stick a photo in there if you want. It doesn't have to be of you, it can be of anything. You can change the fonts and the colorways to meet your brand specifications. I actually have a specific font for my brand, so it's Grold. So I've imported that font into Canva. You can stick your logos in there and play around with the background as well. So all that sort of whizzy stuff in the background. Changing filters changes the look and feel of it as well. So Canva is absolutely super. For Canva Basic, it's another one that is free forever. Even if you don't virtually facilitate very often, but you might do workbooks or presentations or graphics of some shape or form, and you've not checked Canva out, have a look, because the fundamental version is free forever. And it's good enough. You know, I like the Pro version, again, because I'm using it practically every day. The Pro version is free for 30 days. And then it goes around to about $9 a month, just over $100 a year. So again, it's really great value. And finally from me, I've got another Canva example here. So I'll just show you this one. You can do all sorts. So I just want to show you some examples. Here are some storyboards. So there's lots of great stuff you can use maybe after an event. I quite like to use a storyboard to capture some of the delegates' work and get it in one place to create a memory of the event as well. So that's a really nice thing to do too. There's just so much you can do with it. Brochures, proposals, all sorts. Okay, so I think you get the idea that Canva is a great time-saving tool. The other favourite of mine is Ecamm Live. Now, you might not have heard of that, and I'm just really getting to grips with it. So Ecamm, that's ECAMM Live. And what that is, this is the tool that I'm using to talk to you here right now on this show. And it's a brilliant tool because you can use it to record videos. So if you're doing some training videos and you want to do some pre-recording that you can then edit and what have you, then it's fantastic for that. I'm using it to go live, of course, to Facebook. You can use it to go live to all sorts of other platforms. You can also use Ecamm Live if you have to have a Mac. That's the only thing. It's Mac only. It doesn't work on a PC, but you can use it as a virtual camera and really level up your Zoom. So if you're doing a lot of Zoom facilitation and you've got a Mac, you can put frames around it, different graphics, all sorts of stuff, and it works really nicely. And I'll put a link to Ecamm Live in the show notes too. So just a handful of tools and techniques that I've shared with you. So we've talked about Slide Model, we've talked about SessionLab, and also Canva and Ecamm Live. So a few tips there for you. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're using. And if you've got any questions about all of this, as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Thank you for tuning in to the Idea Time Show. brought to you by Dr. Joe North. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and access more completely free resources at bigbangpartnership.co.uk/resources. We'll see you next time.